Hi, I'm Andi the Knittress, and this is my little corner of the internet where I like to share everything that I do with yarn, fiber, knitting, crocheting, spinning, etc. My kids are home, being homeschooled, so there's probably going to be noise in the background. I'm sure some of you are familiar with what's going on. If you would like to find me, I am on Ravelry and Instagram as Andi the Knittress. And let's just jump right in. So I have a ton of finished objects. Well, at least I'm considering them finished objects, even though it's not a finished object yet. Oh, that's blowing me out. Okay. So I have a giant stack of granny squares. I am turning this into a blanket. This is the Sunburst granny square. I got the pattern on Ravelry. There's a free pattern. It's by Mandy B, and it's just the Sunburst granny square. And what I am doing is the centers of the Sunburst were leftovers that I had from a boho mosaic shawl that I did. And then this gray was leftovers that I had from my husband's sweater. And I am just crocheting all these squares. I ran out of the gray rather quickly, so it's a Cascade 220 non-superwash, so then I went and got a heathered gray, and I ran out of that, so I then got, and it's called Indigo Frost. It's also another heather. It's kind of similar to this heathered gray, but I'm really excited. I have probably, this is the Indigo Frost, and on camera it probably looks really similar to this, but there's a slight like denim-y blue hint to it. Yeah, that's probably about true there. Well, this is looking a little yellow, but Indigo Frost, this is going to keep blowing out. It's really bright outside. It's gorgeous here today. Probably will go for a walk or something around our neighborhood, but can't really go do anything else. But anyway, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 circles left to do out of 28. So I have 20 finished objects here. That's what I'm saying. I have 20 finished granny squares, and they're all gorgeous. I mean, I kind of put them in stacks of, you know, whatever their center color is. And I've got some green and some more of this purpley blue, which is, this is called Hello Sweetie. The green is Zombie, I think. The pink was Vader's underwear. This one's called Nasty Nelly. And this one is called Void Stuff. But all the granny squares. This is going to be a massive blanket. It's going to be 40 by 70. I mean, I guess it's not really massive. It's like a couch blanket size, 40 by 70. But those are all done. And I work at my local yarn store, and we have this amazing, well, I'm not working currently because we can't, But we have this amazing like picture box window, and we do on the front of our store, and we do displays. Well, sometime in like September or August, we plan on doing like an aquarium window. So all of us girls decided to, you know, do a few sea creatures. So I made this eel. It kind of reminds me of Flotsam and Jetsam from The Little Mermaid. I mean, not the colors, but the... Hi, Scarlet. Bye, Scarlet. But the, I don't know, just the look of him. He kind of looks like Flotsam and Jetsam. But I think that that's pretty nifty looking. There was a pattern I had online for the basic construction of the body, but it looked nothing like this at all. There was a person who made it also and kind of made theirs that looked like this, but they had no directions on how to do it. So I kind of just freeformed it. Freeformed the jawline and the teeth and the back fin and the little tiny fins on the side. I feel like this looks a little crooked sometimes, but I don't care. I think that he's adorable. So that'll go live at my work. I think this is like Lolly yarn. I can't remember who makes Lolly. All of the pattern details, the yarn details are in my project page, and that's always linked down below. This yarn is Bloom by Lang Yarns, I think. Bloom or Blossom. I don't know. Anyway, it's linked if you're really curious and you have to know what it is. So that's done. And then the other thing that I finished is my husband's socks. And these are just a vanilla sock with an afterthought heel, shorty style for his massive foot. This is a large blocker, and then, you know, his toe has so much extra. But this yarn is by Blazing Fibers, and it is biodiesel. And I had said last time that I was going to enter these in the make-along for that Shadows and Pearls, I think her name is Beth, and Chevyrell from Chevyrell Stuff, and then Arctic Crafts. They're all doing an 80s make-along, and I was going to enter these because the colors remind me of the 80s. But the make-along didn't start till the 1st, and I finished these before the 1st. So those can't get entered, but I really love these socks, and my husband has been after me to wear them, and I said, you have to wait till I show them on the podcast. So what I am going to enter is this test knit that I am doing for Otter Crafts. I think her name is Danae or Danae Smith. I'm horrible at pronouncing stuff. But she asked me if I wanted to do a test knit for these colorwork socks, and the only yarns that I had that would work were super bright pink and pastel purple, which is totally 80s. Because this color pink like just resonates with my childhood. I was born in the 80s, in the early 80s, and this like magenta pink, it's just, it speaks to my soul. So I've got these gorgeous little socks here, and these are going to be called, I think they're going to be called the Jumping something vine, Jewel Vines. And they got these cute little flowers here. They're like little trumpet flowers, sort of. But they're just cute, and they're making me super duper happy. I also, the yarns that I'm using are, this is a Knit Picks. The pink is a Knit Picks Hawthorne fingering that I got. It's just like a specimen number. I think it was just like a random batch. And then this purple is Uru Yarn by Knit Crate and in lavender. And I won this yarn from Happee Knits. I won that when they were doing their 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. So yeah, those are really cute and I'm pretty happy with those. And so my daughter has recently had like a massive growth spurt, and she's grown out of like all of her socks and you know, everything, shorts, pants, everything, but she had like a whole pack of socks in her drawer that had barely been worn. So I'm using her socks that she didn't wear as yarn cozies so that they don't get everywhere, because I'm working 2 at a time color work. So I've got 4 balls of yarn and I didn't need everything getting all tangled up. So little kid socks work really nicely for 50-gram balls of yarn. So that is what I've been working most of my time on. I did get almost done with this turban that I'm working on by, I think it's Poison Girls, Amy Appel. It's called the Angel Face Turban, and I totally got this from the Yarn Curator. She was working on one and I had to go get it because I really like it. So yeah, Angel Face Turban by Amy Appel, and the Pink Ladies collection, and I just really like that. So I did get the body of that done, and I am just working on the first tie. Like there's bands that come up on each side and you could tie them. Oh, that's showing up really nicely. This is Merino Cloud by Art Yarns. So it's like got a merino and a cashmere, and it's super squishy and super soft, and you can see all the little eyelets there. And there's like a garter ridge detail every few rows in that, and as well as like a steady decrease. And yeah, so that'll be really cute once that's done. I did a lot of work on that, and I got bored when it got to the the ties. Plus I really wanted to cast on those socks for that knit along. I did also cast another pair of socks. That knit along I think goes from April 1st to I think July, if I remember correctly. You could check them out. Check out Beth from Shadows and Pearls, or Chevyrell, or I think her name is Bente. I'm probably saying that wrong, from Arctic Crafts. The 3 of them are working together to do that knit along. And I cast on last night because my original idea was to make some slouchy socks, like leg warmer looking socks, because leg warmers scream the 80s to me. Then that test knit fell into my lap and I had those colors, so that worked. And I had forgot that I got, well no, because I showed you guys last time, I think, maybe? I don't remember. But I got from To the Macks Yarn Co. I think I showed you guys before. I can't remember. But anyway, I got they had a sock bundle with 4 minis, and I got that. So what I'm going to do is opposite heels and toes. So the heel for this sock will be this color, and the heel for this sock will be this color. And so I just started last night. I started the heels, or the toes, because I want to get these on the needles, and then I'm going to go up and, you know, do a regular body for a sock, an afterthought heel, and then when I'm going to do a little bit of ribbing at the ankle so that it'll be tight, and then I'm going to go into brioche and do a brioche because that'll make it be wider, and I'll do a brioche leg. And so the brioche colors, because it came with 4 minis and that was 2 colors, the brioche, well, I have them all in socks because these were teeny tiny little skeins. So up at the top, the brioche will be, on one will be this lime green and the other will be this purple, and then, but the main color of the sock is, let me see if I can get this out of here without messing it up. Maybe. There we go. So it's this lovely cake with all of those colors in it. So this will be the main body of the sock, and then this will be the other color for the brioche. And it's got, you know, the pinks and the greens and the purples, and I'm really excited to get moving on these because I have this idea in my head, and I don't know if there's a pattern for it. I'm sure there probably is. I haven't really looked, but I was just gonna wing it. You know, just do my classic pattern for a sock up to the ankle, and then just switch it to brioche because it'll kind of like double. I think when you set up for brioche, it like doubles the stitch amount that you have, or I can do that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm just winging it. I don't have a pattern. Maybe I'll look for a pattern if it starts to not work out because I don't want to get discouraged, but I'm really excited to do these. So those are 2, these are going to be 2 entries. Hopefully if I should be able to get 2 pairs of socks done by July. For that 80s kids make long. So that's what's going on in my life, except for homeschooling. I have 2 teenage boys and a 2nd grader. So the 2nd grader, her homeschooling's not very difficult. It's one teacher's schedule that I'm dealing with, and it's not very hard. I am very thankful that our school district sent home Chromebooks for each of the kids, not just one for them all to share. I have 3 Chromebooks in my possession now for the school, from the school, so they can do their work. But I have to juggle, you know, my boys each have 6 or 7 teachers. One has 6, one has 7. I have to juggle all of those schedules. So it's stressful for me right now in the beginning. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it, and it'll come more easy. It'll come easier to me. I can speak, whatever. Yeah, and I gotta homeschool my kids. I can't even speak. But it is what it is, and it'll be whatever it'll be, and I will do the best of my abilities to help them. Oh, I cut my own hair. Everybody says don't cut your hair because we're bored and stuff, but no, I always cut my own hair. I gave myself a little bit of layers, and I kind of love it. It's really bright outside. Not sorry that it keeps paling me out. Not sorry. Anyway, that's what's going on in my life. Oh, I jumped on the bread bandwagon, but not because I absolutely wanted to make bread, but because my daughter's birthday falls in April, and I can't order her a cake, so I have to make her a cake, and I did not have flour. So when I went to the grocery store, for a regular grocery visit, we have this big grocery store, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like not a big giant chain store. It's called Sherm's, and they have pallets of stuff up on shelves. It kind of reminds me of like a Sam's Club or a Costco, the way it's set up, except for you can buy individual items instead of having to buy a big box of something. Anyway, they had flour, but it was 25 pounds. I had to buy a bag of 25 pounds flour so that I can make my daughter a birthday cake. So I've been making bread And I'm not like a bread maker, so I didn't have any yeast, so I've been making beer bread because I had beer. So it's actually pretty good. It takes like an hour. I've been messing around with flavors. Kids really like, I did like a garlic and cheese beer bread, and it'd be a good bread with some soup. So that's what I've been doing. I've been baking and teaching and knitting. Well, that's all I got for you. Thank you guys for checking me out. I hope that everybody is staying sane, and if you're having trouble with that, reach out to somebody, talk to me. These are unprecedented times, so thanks for checking me out. Take it one stitch at a time.